Hey everybody. Tonight I figured I'd try doing a review on a couple movies that I saw with my wife. One that I personally mostly just saw myself. My wife fell asleep during it. And the other one was one she picked out that I didn't particularly care for, but then I kind of started paying attention simply because of the outside of the box thinking process that kind of nags at me to pay attention to things that even I myself don't really care for. So the first film I'm going to talk about is the one that she picked, Ma. I don't know if you guys heard about it. Uh, Long story short, the film's about a woman that, like at least for those of you who want to actually see it, and I'm not going to give you spoilers, here's your not spoiler part. A woman that decides she wants to be this, cool person to a bunch of young kids. She's this, older black woman, and she's having parties at her house, and then mysterious, terrible things happen to the kids. Da da da. So there you go. That's your non-spoiler part. So, if you do want to see that, turn this off now. Spoiler alert. The actual film seems to be about a woman that at one point in her time in her youth was, I guess you could say, humiliated, abused, put through some torment. Not just for her particular race, but also for her, I wouldn't say naivety, however, her decency. She was a good girl, knowledgeable. It's just she wanted to be like everyone else, but then those people who noticed that she wanted to be a part of them, or be like a regular individual like the rest of them, decided to play upon that and, just be like a shit. Anyone else who decides they want to play like a good guy and then end up being a shithead in the end. Anyhow. So, after all that happens in her youth, goes throughout her entire life, holding and compounding all that hate and that anguish, and eventually that pain manifests not only in herself and her one child that she has, but also upon the children of those people that humiliated her, and also those who did nothing that she put her trust and faith in. So essentially she decides to bring vengeance of all that crap that she went through upon the youth of those people. So again, abusing children here, alright? Yes, they're high schoolers, but they're still children. Now, I want to make a couple points here, aside from the fact that there's a lot of moments where it's just clear pedophilia being peddled to the masses. And, of course, it's high schoolers, so, of course, everyone's just like, oh, well, they're kind of close to the 18, right? Right? No, they're fucking high schoolers. It's pedophilia, okay? They're clearly not even of age to get cigarettes, let alone alcohol, which they ask Ma for. So, let's just clear the wind here. It's just obvious to those with eyes to see and ears to hear. So, vengeance for past ill treatment upon the children. I just noted that. Neglects her own child. See, she peddles a form of naivety and weakness upon her own children. She has one daughter, and the daughter, she tells us she's sick. She tells her that she can't walk like everyone else. She has to be wheelchair bound. She has to play the victim. She can't do anything by herself, and her mom will even purposely drug her and do things to her. So essentially, she's abusing and neglecting her own child, making her believe that she is completely not able to do anything without outside help, which that is her mother who's going to be that outside help, but in general, it's taking away that personal capability within oneself. Now, I kind of saw this as again, out-of-box thinking here. I saw this as the way that Ma being portrayed as the baby boomer generation of the black culture within the United States. They're trying to take an image and condense it down to one human being. And the child is going to be the child of that generation, as well as technically the Generation X, but in general of that generation that tries to, i.e. the millennial generation. She, in my opinion, is a representation of the millennial generation of black people, or those who decide to go with the label of their particular skin tone, which I don't even call myself white because, again, it's just the vessel. The soul is what matters. But for the sake of movie purposes and the fact of trying to simplify everything so I don't make this a really long video. Old woman, boomer generation of black people. Younger child, millennial black people. Alright? She, who is so used to not only the humiliation and the hate and the torment that she had to go through, now passes that same hate, fear, naivety, and ignorance upon the child. Okay? So, one generation is pushing all this distortion of reality upon another generation simply because of the things that they did go through that were terrible things. But now that next generation is affected because of that. Alright? They only somewhat, you'd see with her character, you could tell the daughter seems to somewhat see through what her mom is telling her, but at the same time, there's a lot of moments where it's just like, she just gives into it anyways. She just listens. Which, in my opinion, shows the strength of trusting one's own blood, trusting one's own family and familial background. You know, I mean, that's something that not every culture has. Just look at their culture with the quote-unquote white people. My own brother, he says, I hate white people. I mean, you see what I look like? He doesn't look that much different. Okay? So, there's this distortion in certain cultures in the United States today. And I think that really popped in that sort of way. But I think the way that the producer of that film the director was trying to go for, was trying to, peddle, just feel bad for this baby boomer black woman, even though she's doing all these horrendous things, all these terrible things. Feel bad for her. And if anything, be entertained by the humiliation and the torment she's putting upon these white kids. Yes, there's one kid, aside from her own daughter that's black, that is also getting tormented by her. But she doesn't really do anything to him till the end. And all she does is paint him with a white face. That's something else I wanted to wait. No. Yeah, that's the next one. Torture whites, paints the black. So she tortures, like physically tortures and abuses the white kids. Threatens them, doing all these terrible things to them. But with the black guy, she just paints his face. But she paints him white. It's, in my opinion, that was the director's way of saying, this is the distortion between those who see through the bullshit, and instead of hating white people alongside her, is going to now break free from that derangement and just try to live their lives with other people in their other cultures. So essentially not abiding by the division that they do want to have between us. So, in a way, I think painting of the white face was as trying to say, like, you're not one of us. You have separated yourself from black culture, or what have you. Again, I don't like this concept of white culture, black culture, because it's fucking stupid altogether. Alright? Every culture has its own thing. If you look at Africa, or even Europe, or fucking anywhere in Asia, anywhere in the world, there's all these different cultures of different peoples, of different places, and you can't even say that one nation, even within a tiny little bowl of a city, you can't say that everyone in that one little city has the same fucking culture, alright? That's bullshit. Anyone who knows anything understands that clearly. So again, it's just trying to take what the director's putting out and crack it open for you. Alright. I'm already taking too dang long. Alright. Last but not least, uses entertainment to corrupt the youth. So, I think that was kind of the way of little drip feed of truth for that one film. They were using something that's fun. You know, whenever you're stressed out and you're tired of all the restrictions that you have in life, dancing, drinking, smoking, whatever the fuck, just doing all the things you know you shouldn't particularly do at that point in time, because it's either not exactly intelligent, it's not good for you, or perhaps it might bear children at a point in time where you might not be prepared for. you know, out of wedlock. So essentially, it's trying to say that, hey, we've used one generation of people through entertainment to then corrupt everyone's children. Not just their own, but everyone's children. You see where I'm going with? It was along the lines of trying to use an idol to then distort everyone from the truth. Anyways, take that for what you will. I'm going to have to make another video for the other movie. So trust you me, it'll be out there. That is going to be The Great Wall with fucking Matt Damon. And every film, Matt Damon, always getting lost and getting found somewhere else. Oy vey. Alright. God bless and good luck to you all.